Resumes are your first chance to prove that you are suitable for the job, and getting this first impression right is important. If this is the first time you're writing a resume, or you might have been applying for jobs for a while and have been getting negative responses more than the positive ones, you are at the right place. Hey guys, welcome to Fast Tech. Today we will be discussing the 5 foundations that can help make your resume stronger. Applying these foundations to update your current resume or to write up a new one will definitely yield you more positive results from the applications you send out. That being said, let's get straight into it. Number 1. The length of the resume. It is highly recommended that you limit your resume to a single page, especially if you are a new or a recent graduate. One thing to always keep in mind is that resumes are not read word for word. They are just glanced at. A recruiter or a hiring manager picks up your resume, skims through it, and makes a binary judgment, yes or no, which means you have less than 10 seconds to impress them. Having more than one page on your resume will only scatter and divide the attention of the reviewer, doing more harm than good. However, getting your resume down to one page is easier said than done, especially if you're attached to those accomplishments which may not be relevant to the job you are applying for. To tackle this situation, it is best to start from scratch in a blank document and make sure whatever you add now will in some way or another support your profile. Number 2. Accomplishment oriented. You should never have a laundry list of skills like fast learner, leader, go getter, negotiator, innovator, etc. listed anywhere in the resume. Rather, every line you add should be oriented towards your accomplishment, which indirectly proves you have all those skills. To do this, have action words like implemented, designed, managed, created, launched, developed, negotiated, etc. throughout your resume. Think of all that you have done and try quantifying it, and frame the sentence using the action word X as measured by Y by doing Z format. For example, write won second place out of 25 teams in a hackathon at Georgia Tech by working with two teammates to develop an app that synchronizes mobile calendars, instead of just stating won second place in a hackathon. Number 3. Write tailored resumes. Unfortunately, resume blasts are common up to this day. This is when a candidate applies to hundreds or even thousands of companies with a single click, and worse, with a single resume, along with harming the morale of the candidate by making them think that they have applied to all those companies with no responses. Resume blasts are a thing of the past. They were common at the time when typewriters were a thing, and making any small change to a resume was a tedious task. Therefore, candidates would write up one resume with all their skills, make a bunch of copies, and mail it out to the companies. However, in today's digital age where edits to a resume can be made even on a mobile device, we must make sure our resumes are well targeted to the job we are applying for. You can do this by using two things: the job description, by picking up keywords from it and using those specific keywords in your resume, and the company's product. For example, if the company's product uses location services, put your experience with those industry specific keywords in your resume. Number 4. Formatting. A well formatted resume is easy on the eyes and effortlessly searchable. After typing out the resume, take some time to adjust its layout. Pay attention to the margins, fonts, section, and spacing between those sections. Margins should ideally be 0.75 inches all around, but nothing less than 0.5 inches. Only two fonts should ideally be used. Some good fonts are Cambria, Calibri, Garamond, Lato, etc. Feel free to choose, but make sure you're consistent throughout and the fonts don't get too fancy. A single column makes your resume look simple yet elegant, and dividing the resume into sections makes it easier for the recruiter to find what they're looking for. For a new grad, the sections of a resume would be name, contact information, education, work experience, projects, skills, awards, and activities, in that order. Lastly, avoid typos. This can be a big red signal for some and not worth the risk of not being careful. Use the spell check feature on your word processing software of choice, but do not just rely on it. Have someone read through your resume to catch any grammatical mistakes and spelling errors you might have missed. Number 5. Being unique. By being unique, I mean you shouldn't be afraid of adding a little of your personality to the resume. You can do this by listing out your hobbies and projects outside of work as long as they indirectly support your profile. For example, you might have organized something huge while at school. This displays your leadership skills. Or you might have volunteered to create a website for an NGO or a close friend. This proves that you're passionate about technology and reflects your tech skills. Or you might have presented or given a talk at a conference. This confirms your public speaking skills. There you have it, the 5 foundations that can make your resume strong. Limit your resume to a single page. Orient it towards accomplishments and do not list a laundry list of skills. Make it tailored to the job you're applying for. Format it properly and add your personal touch where it helps. If you found this video useful, do give it a like and share it with someone who might also feel the same. And until next time, may peace be upon all of you.